Hey y'all, it's your girl Laura Messiah, and I am coming to you today with some big news. Some really big news. So, if you have been following me on social media, specifically my Instagram stories, then you know I've been teasing a very big announcement for the past couple of days, and I even asked you all to guess what you thought my big announcement might be. So the clue that I gave for my YouTube fam that's like, what are you talking about? I said I have made a life-changing decision regarding my business. Some of y'all are going to be happy for me. Some of y'all are going to be heartbroken. So I said, guess. Some of y'all guessed it right. And some people had incredibly wrong guesses. So I wanted to share quickly my favorite wrong guesses and go on a little miniature Lauren rant about them. So here we go. Wrong guess number one is that I'm engaged. Wrong guess number two is that I got married. Wrong guess number three is that I'm pregnant. Someone guessed that I was pregnant with twins. Wrong guess number four, I'm moving. Wrong guess number five, I'm getting rid of a pet. And wrong guess number six, I'm entering into politics. There was many more wrong guesses, but those happen to be my favorite wrong guesses out of the bunch. But before I tell you what the actual big news, big announcement is, can I just say, a man would never have those guesses when I say, guess my life-changing business decision that I made. No one would ever guess for a dude that you're married or engaged or pregnant. You'd only guess that for a woman, and low-key, that's ridiculous. Actually, high-key, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm a business owner. Hello, guess something businessy. So for the couple people that did guess something businessy, thank you. And for the ones that got the guess right, congratulations. So before I tell you what the big news is, I want to start with a little story. And this story directly correlates to the big news. So just buckle up, okay? This is big news. So I'm really going to make a meal out of this sucker, kind of drag it out a little bit. But trust me, the story ties into the news and it makes you understand it, and happily ever after. So here we go. Story time. When I started my career as a stylist and an entrepreneur, making that leap was scary because at the time I was in a normal 9-to-5 job, making a nice little salary, having benefits, having some sort of sense of security. So the prospect of leaving all of that behind for the unknown, this freelance lifestyle, not knowing where the next paycheck is coming from, not having a clue or any connections or money in regards to getting started, it was terrifying. You know, the questions that kept coming up in my mind were, how am I going to pay my bills? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? Will I be able to eat? So that line of thinking kept me from pursuing my dreams of working in fashion and starting my own business. I was always kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, where eventually it got to the point where the idea of not living my dream was scarier than the idea of being broke or embarrassed. So I started to work towards my dream with a little more enthusiasm. So I signed up for a class. This was back in 2009. I signed up for a class called School of Style. School of Style promised to teach me how to become a stylist in 1 day for $280. Now, at the time, the mindset that I was in, $280 may as well have been $1 million, because the idea of investing in myself and in my future was not something that I ever spent money on. So it seemed crazy to spend money on this class that I really, quite frankly, never heard of. But I took the leap. I signed up for the class, and honestly, that class changed my life. After that class, I knew that I wanted to be a stylist. I knew that this was my path, and I also knew exactly what I needed to do to get my into the industry after completing that course. So I took the class, sat there all day. I think it was like a 10-hour class, went home, got on my computer and emailed the instructor, Luke Story, and said, I loved the class. I thought it was amazing. I went to fashion school myself, and no one ever taught me the truth about the industry or how to break into it. I'm so grateful. But what I did notice is that you actually don't have any social media presence for your company. And I happen to have a background in social media, blogging, community building. I would love to be your intern for free. I can start tomorrow. So much to my surprise, he wrote me back and said, start tomorrow. I still had a full-time job. So I faked a nervous breakdown, although I was kind of a mess, so it really wasn't that much of a stretch. But I would say like, oh, I have to leave work. I have to go to therapy. I have to leave work because I have to do this. But really, I was leaving work to go be an intern for School of Style and also to be an intern on various styling jobs, music videos, magazine shoots. I was juggling both, and very poorly, because I found myself at a crossroads. My boss took me to lunch and sat me down and was like, yo, where are you? Why are you never in the office? What are you doing? And I told him, I really want to be a stylist, but I really like this job, i.e. really like the money and the sense of security. So is there a way that I can do both? And he was like, girl, you're tripping. No, but go follow your dreams. I'll lay you off so you can, have unemployment. So I ended up, and he's like, or stay, but you have to come to work. So I left that job. I got unemployment and I became an unpaid styling intern at the age of 28. So I won't go into like the full long story. There's actually a video series that's popping up on the School of Style YouTube channel that chronicles my whole career journey. So you can go watch that. Maybe I'll put some of the videos on this channel. We'll see. I don't know. But very, very long story short, I became a 50% owner of School of Style, and simultaneously I started my own business as a personal stylist. So I was doing it. I took this big leap where I made no money and it was like all risk, didn't know what was going to happen, and the risk paid off handsomely with a reward of owning half of this company, helping to build it, and starting my own business and hitting one of my biggest goals and milestones at the time. I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I turned 35 years old. I achieved that goal, and literally all my dreams came true as a result of taking this leap and following my dreams. I got my dream house, I got my dream car, like I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream. Much different than what my life looked like before making that decision. So the reason that I'm telling you that story is, one, because that is my truth. It's really my story. That's my life. And two, I always tell this story to my students, specifically my School of Style students who are on the fence about pursuing their dreams. Sometimes they're on the fence when they're thinking about taking the classes. They're like, I don't know. I have a job, what my parents think, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, dude, do it. Look, the reward is huge. Or they take the classes and they have the skill set, but they're afraid to ditch their job, or they're afraid to disappoint their family by changing careers. And I tell them the story. I'm like, you can do it. Look, I did it. I was no different than you. Go after those dreams. Little did I know that the story I've been telling people to help inspire and encourage them to follow their dreams would come and haunt me later. And the reason that it haunted me was because I was also living this double life. I was running two businesses, which is very tough. Running School of Style, running the Laura Messiah brand, all at the same time, not easy. Especially difficult when one of the businesses tugged at my heartstrings a lot more than the other business. one of the businesses reminds me of why I was put on this planet. Like literally, I feel like I was placed here to share my gift, to make the world a better place before I leave it. And I knew in my heart and my soul which of the two companies that was. And that business is my personal brand, Laura Messiah. I love what I do with my clients here. I love how I can help women dress and feel confident and, step into their greatest potential. Like, I love it. So loving that, but also trying to run this other business made what I did at School of Style feel like my 9-to-5 job. I felt like I was back at that crossroads that I had way back in 2009, but I was in it. And also telling all of these students, like, follow your dreams, bet on yourself. And with me, I couldn't do it. So don't get me wrong, everyone who's watching that is in the School of Style family, I love what I've built at School of Style. I've loved working with you. I've loved teaching you. I've loved helping you achieve your dreams. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a gift. I've learned so much. But my heart and my soul and my gut and everything in me said, you have to bet on yourself. You have to focus on your brand. You have to focus on your clients. This is your gift. This is your purpose. Imagine what would happen if you went at it 100%. Because honestly, I've been splitting time and I've still been wildly successful within my personal brand. But imagine if I gave it everything I had, then what could happen? So it honestly took me years to take my own advice. The announcement, that I'm making right now, that I'm leaving School of Style. I'm betting on myself. I'm putting everything into my personal brand. It will be my sole focus, my sole business. I'm closing the door on that other chapter. It took me years to make that decision. And I think a lot of the reason behind that is my self-worth was very much tied into the School of Style identity. Literally, I would go to networking events and like entrepreneur events, and people would say, what do you do for a living? And I'd be like, oh, I'm a personal stylist, but I combine it with personal development, and I help women gain confidence and believe in themselves and dress better and realize their full potential. And people would be like, okay, that sounds like a cute job. And then I'd be like, but I also own a fashion school called School of Style, and it's a business school. And like, they were like, ooh. So people would get so impressed, that I own this fashion school, this 7-figure fashion school. I also was very attached to the fact that I was someone who built a 7-figure business, like, I don't know, a lot of my brand and my business was tied to that identity, and the idea of leaving that identity was very scary to me. And also, because I've built up this very successful business over the years, very much accustomed to the paycheck, to the perks, to the lifestyle. So leaving all of that behind to essentially start over, I'm about to turn 40 in a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I feel like I'm 28 again. I feel like I'm making that leap again, and it was so frightening to me. But the thing that really helped me make that decision and muster up that courage, because I knew the answer long ago, I just couldn't bring myself to say it, to make the moves, to express it. But I recently launched a program called Beyond Style under my personal brand, where I take a small group of women in an intimate coaching setting, and I help transform them not only on the outside with their style and their looks, but mostly on the inside, their mindset, their business sense, so they can come out and really realize their full potential in 6 short weeks. So as I was taking these 15 women, these founding 15 women through the program, I'm also taking myself through it. And it became abundantly clear, I got to leave my business. And trust me, I had a whole different plan. I had everything set to actually purchase the business and turn it into this one big super brand with Lauren Messiah. And at the last minute, I was like, no, I have to bet on myself. I have to practice what I preach. It's time to go all in. So after 11 years in business with School of Style, we're about to celebrate 12 years on November 8th. Didn't make it to 12 for me, but after 11 years, I've decided to leave School of Style, step down as the co-founder, step down as the CEO. I'm out, I'm done, so I can bet on myself. So that's the big announcement. It's not that I'm getting married or engaged or pregnant or moving or ditching pets. I'm leaving my company after 11 years so I can pursue the next chapter of the Lauren Messiah brand. So that's the news. Now, I know that I have a lot of aspiring stylists that follow me and watch my videos, and probably your jaws hit the floor. Everyone else is like, cool, good for you, Lauren. And they're like, oh, what? Who's going to help me become a stylist? So I need you, if you fall into that camp, I need you to listen very closely. So the courses that I teach, where you see my face on camera, those courses will no longer be available to purchase after October 30th. They will go into the permanent archives legally. I don't own the company. I'm not a part of it. So we're not selling my teachings or my face. So those classes are going to be archived, but I'm giving everyone one last chance to become a student and learn from me and purchase those courses. So the personal stylist certification, the fashion stylist certification, and I have like a little bonus course called Social Media for Stylists. All of those will be gone after October 30th. So this is not a drill. This is not like some tactic and I'm going to be like, I'm back. No, I'm gone. Lauren Messiah has left the building. I don't work here no more. Like literally the papers are signed. I don't own School of Style. I'm not the CEO. I'm about to change my LinkedIn. It's over. It's a wrap. School of Style, this is important to know, School of Style itself is not going away. Luke Story, my partner, he'll still be running the business. I don't know what his plans are for the business. I don't know what he's going to be doing with the business, but I do know that my classes, any class that features me, will no longer be sold. Again, personal stylist certification, fashion stylist certification, social media for stylists, all being retired on October 30th. Luke's menswear class, it'll still be there. You can take it whenever you feel like it, but those core classes are going away. Now, I am committed to supporting my existing students through the end of the year. So I will be doing a live Q&A for the existing students and any new students that purchase before October 30th. I'll be doing a live Q&A in November, live Q&A in December. And I've actually made some really great improvements to the courses to include virtual styling. I got a whole bunch of other surprises that are coming inside of the course, so you'll be taken care of. The past Q&As are all accessible, so any questions that you have for me, you're going to be able to find the answer. So, I'm not leaving the internet. I'm not leaving this YouTube channel. Everything on laurenmessiah.com is still in play. You can come find me and say hello. Maybe you want to use some of the, sign up for some of the programs that I have within my own brand. But everything School of Style, Lauren Messiah related is over. I'm leaving for good. It's done. It's a wrap. We're done here. So I want to thank all of my beautiful students who have just impressed the hell out of me with your amazing careers. Some of you have just gone on to do such big things, and I'm so grateful that I could even be like a small part of your story and of your career success. And for all of you waiting, because I get your DMs, I get your emails. Oh, Lauren, how do I become a stylist? One day I'm going to take your classes. Today is your day. If you were looking for a sign, this is it. This is your sign. You literally cannot purchase the classes after October 30th. So figure it out, get your little money together. We have payment plans, we have bundle deals, figure your shit out. This is your calling to follow your dreams and become a stylist. So all the tools that you need are inside of that course for you to be successful. And I know that you absolutely will become successful. So what's next for me? A lot. I just launched 2 new programs, Beyond Style, which I mentioned before, which is my group coaching program, where I basically help you style your life, your mindset, your appearance, your business. It's an amazing program. I just took 15 women through. I'm about to take another group of women through starting tomorrow. It's a life-changing program. I also launched a Mastermind Program because when I finished the Beyond Style group coaching, none of them wanted it to end. So I said, all right, let's have it not end. So I launched a year-long mastermind. There's some incredible women inside of that mastermind, and we're going to, again, just like up-level everything. Business, life, appearance. It's going to be great. My book is coming out in the spring. It's called Style Therapy, and I'm actually already starting to work on book number 2. So I'm going to be plenty busy. The School of Style Aspiring Stylist crowd, keep in touch. I'll still be hanging out online. But if you want to become a stylist and you want to learn from me, then you must sign up for those classes before October 30th. This is not a drill. So thank you everyone for tuning in and watching my big announcement and just being so supportive of me and my career, especially because it's been evolving, so much throughout the years, and it's such a pleasure to be able to hang out with you guys and help you transform as well. So there it is. Enjoy the rest of your day.